In this lesson, we're going to create fillets and chamfers. Fillets are radius rounded edges and chamfers are straight cut off edges. We're going to begin by opening us a new drawing. We're going to create us a rectangle. I'm going to make this rectangle 2 by 1.5. Now we can come up above the drawing area and there's an area here that says fillet, and I'm going to click on fillet, and now we get to come in here and in the blue area set the radius that our fillet would be, and this is a radius. And I'm going to set this particular one at 0.25. And then in the 2D world, I pick the two edges that I want to fillet. I'm going to come in and I'm going to left click and select this edge. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to left click and select this edge. And what it does is it creates us a fillet. I'm going to come over to the other side and I'm going to pick this edge, and then I'm going to select this edge, and it makes us a second fillet. And once we have finished the fillets that we want, we come up and we left click on the X. Now while I'm here, I'm going to also do a chamfer, and in chamfer you use the down arrow that's next to the fillet and it brings up the chamfer, and so I'm going to left click on chamfer. And in chamfer there's three different ways that we can make these. We can make these where they are equally distanced from side to side. We can make them where we have a distance 1 and a distance 2. Or we can make one where we have a distance and the angle that we want to cut on it. Most of the time we use this first one, which is just the distance, and in this case we're going to make this one at 0.25. And I'm going to come down again and I'm going to select the edges that I want to create the chamfer, and it does the chamfer for me, and I'm going to move to the other side and it makes the chamfers for me. Now once we get these done, I'm going to click on OK, and now I'm going to come out into the 3D world and I'm going to extrude this object. In this case I'm going to extrude at 0.5, and you will notice that we have fillet edges and we have chamfer edges. Now these edges could also be made in the three-dimensional world, and so I'm going to take and I'm just going to undo the chamfer edges and undo the fillet edges that we have, and I'm going to bring our object out and I'm going to extrude it again like we did before. Now this time we can come up in the 3D world where we have fillet here and chamfer here, and I'm going to start by left clicking on my fillet, and we get a screen that looks like this, and we can come in and we can left click on the radius and we can set the radius this we want. In this case I'm going to do 0.25, and then I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to left click underneath edges where it says selected, and I'm going to pick this edge that highlights with a left click, and I'm going to come over and I could turn this around, but you'll notice that as I move it picks up the edge that we can't see, and I'm going to left click it and I'm going to click on OK, and what we have is we have these edges that have been filleted. And now I'm going to come up to the chamfer and I'm going to set this edge. Again, we can pick the ones that we want. and I'm going to pick the distance that I want to be 0.25. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to say that I want to chamfer this edge and I want to chamfer this edge. This is the way that you can apply chamfers and radius fillets to objects, either before you bring them out in the 3D world or after you bring them out. If you have questions, please let me know. The next exercise in Chapter 3, Exercise 3-2, you will need to do some fillets on those. Thank you.